Welcome once again to The Polity. And as usual, it's coming to you from the Abuja studio of your darling station, KAFTAN TV. And as usual, we take a look at trending issues and try to dissect them with the help of some guests from time to time. That's what we do, like on every working day of the week. And that's what we intend to do also this very edition. And my name is Dayo Omogun. And for the next 90 minutes, we will be together on this. And there are two topics we're going to be looking at. The first one has to do with the university system, and the major union in that space is threatening to go on strike again, and talking about Asuu. It's becoming almost, the union is becoming almost synonymous with strikes, if you ask me. But maybe for good reason. Maybe they have their reasons. Maybe it's not frivolous. Maybe it's just that these are necessities we must live with if we must get the kind of higher education that we really desire. Maybe we need to put up with these. Maybe it's the necessary friction that will bring about the correct settings in our educational system, especially at the tertiary level. And so that's what we're going to be looking at today. What exactly is so problematic about the agreement that was signed in 2009 between the union and the federal government that has made it impossible to implement that which was agreed, and that is making the union not back off from insisting on that which was agreed. I mean, there are a whole lot of lessons that we must learn from all of this, and I do hope that by the time we're through with the session, we will have a clear picture of where we stand, and we will have lessons as to what to agree and what not to agree, and how to handle situations in good time before they get compounded, they fester, and then it becomes a lot more difficult to handle. I guess these are some of the lessons that will come out of this. And very shortly, my guests will be here, and we will take it from that point. In the second session, we will be talking about the train derailment, the ABUJA-KADUNA bound train that derailed yesterday. And we want to look at what it signifies, how that impacts on the confidence of the average passenger, and how it will affect the image of the railway company, and how going forward things should be done differently, and especially on the basis of whatever lessons have been learnt from that which happened. It's a good thing that no life was lost in that which happened yesterday. We do hope that we don't even have a repeat of such a very traumatizing situation. So how did we get there? What are the possible causes of that derailment? Has the body responsible, the corporation, have they told us what actually went wrong? These are some of the things we'll be looking at, and I also have a guest for that segment when the time comes. Very shortly, I'll take a break so that most likely when I get back, we will be going full throttle on the show. So I take a break right now, and when we get back, please don't go anywhere. Don't change the dial. Don't change the station. Stay tuned to KAFTAN TV, and we'll make your day.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at Kaftan TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the news on the hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm there cutting Baba today.
I am Kirian Umaya.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at Kaftan TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Baba today.
I am Kirian.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful material. Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at Captain TV. Hello there. I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Baba today.
I am Kirian.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful material. Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan. In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on Kaftan TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Captain Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are. And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are. And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At Kaftan Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are. And as you say on Captain TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at Kaftan TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Lokacin Baba today.
I am Pyrian Maya.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Lokacin Baba today.
I am Pyrian Maya.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you.
All right, welcome back, viewers. You're still on to The Polity, coming to you live from the Abuja studio of KAFTAN Television. And like I said before, my name is Dayo Omogun. And right now, I'm being joined by my guest, the chairman of the Asuu University of Abuja chapter, right?
Yes.
His name is Dr. Silvanus Ugo. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. And thank you, KAFTAN TV, for having me.
All right. So, no.
No.
Okay. Now, so that's the chairman of Asuu, the University of Abuja chapter. Now, we will quickly be going into business. Now, in the last few days, your union has been having rallies and saying that very shortly you might be embarking on another strike. Sorry, but it looks as if to a cross-section of Nigerians, your union is becoming very synonymous with strikes all the time. Can't we do without these strikes?
Thank you, and good afternoon, viewers, once more. And thank you, Dayo, for having me. Asuu, at least in the last 2 years, there have never been any strikes. Since the inception of this present administration,
all right,
there have never been any strike. However, before the 2 years, there was a protracted strike.
Exactly, protracted under the Buhari regime.
Yes, under the Buhari regime. But it will interest you to know that all those issues that led to that strike are still yet unresolved.
Even now?
Even now.
But I thought there was some a breather when this particular administration settled something that has to do with end allowances or something.
Yes, end allowances actually is one of the issues that were in contention.
Okay.
And the union in its own way, just the give and take, considered much ground for the last EAA the federal government paid to us.
Okay.
Just to show our way of that we're interested in doing the job and getting Nigerian youths be in school. However, from the time this government came, the Academic Staff Union of Universities has actually been very patient vis-a-vis the promise of the government that there will be no strike. And Asuu have been following gradually. I can tell you it has been month after month, but there's this gimmick, trick somehow the government will use. Once they see that the NEC, that's the National Executive Council of the union, is coming, they will just do something as if anything's about to happen. Once the NEC is over, they will relax. And nothing substantial actually has happened.
Ever since?
Ever since. Now, for instance, let me go a little bit. The renegotiation of the 2009 agreement that have been in the front burner. That agreement came into being 2009.
Right.
And in that agreement, it was agreed that every 3 years, there will be a renegotiation. That means by 2012, the 2009 agreement would have been renegotiated.
Right. And then by 2015,
yes,
2018.
This should be about the 5th renegotiation.
All right.
But it will interest you that from that 2009 through 2012, nothing happened until 2017. That was when the government agreed to start the renegotiation. And in that renegotiation since 2017, we had 4 persons leading the government team, starting from Barrister Bolanle Babalaki SAN, to Professor Monzali Jubril, to Professor Nimi Briggs of blessed memory, and lastly to Alhaji Yayale Ahmed. 4. That's to tell you how the government have been doing the back and front, call it delay tactics. And eventually, under Alhaji Yayale Ahmed, the report was submitted in February 2025. And from that February 2025 to date, nothing again has happened. And part of it was the condition of service of the academic staff in the universities.
Now, I think we need to really have a clear picture of exactly what the issues are. What were the things that were agreed? Maybe if we can itemize them, if we can itemize them in that 2009 agreement, what were those things that were agreed? Which ones have been taken care of? Which ones are outstanding? Which ones are the ones that are generating this conflict all the time?
I want you to understand that the 2009 agreement is not once and for all thing.
All right.
For instance, take the salaries.
Yeah.
The academic staff union members are still the only people taking the 2009 salary up to date.
Is that correct?
That is to say, the salary at the time the petrol was at less than 100 naira, to the time it was 200 naira, to now that it's almost 1,000 naira. That renegotiated salary is still as 2009. Every other thing has small adjustments. So it's not an issue of whether it was fully implemented from that agreement, because in the wisdom of the people that negotiated, they say every 3 years to come to be in trend with the current realities, that this thing should be renegotiated.
But and that wasn't done.
That has not been done.
Until
up 2017. To 2017 when it started.
Right.
And from 2017 to right now, nothing has changed.
Even when it started, when the renegotiation was
When the renegotiation started, all of us were of high hope that something good will come out of it. But looking at the time it has spanned from 2017 to date, we are talking about close to 8 years.
Yeah.
And yet, the report, even when it was submitted in February 2025, nothing has happened. And now what are the issues? You know, because people that may not understand, and I think this is an opportunity to tell the Nigerian public.
Yeah.
Asuu don't want to go on strike at any time. The reason is that the Asuu members are both parents and students.
All right.
Some of our members are students, and we are parents. And some of us have very many dependents. So if the school is not in session, all of us are affected. In fact, the strike, just like people would say, has always been the last resort for the union.
Exactly. So I mean, that's what I try to ask. That is it not possible to avoid strikes? But that's what you are saying.
It's very possible.
Is the last resort.
It's very possible. Even now, even at this point we are now, it is still very possible.
Because the impact, the effect of strikes on the Nigerian citizens, on students, on parents is huge. And you have just identified that.
Yes.
That even for you people, the effect can be quite telling.
Quite telling.
And so, as much as possible, I'm sure that most Nigerians don't want to hear that the tertiary institutions or universities are on strike. I mean, it's a bad dream. It's not something that you wish for, because of the several things that come out of that.
Yeah.
How youngsters are lured into all kinds of things during those downtimes. How, I mean, the calendar, even now, the academic calendar is still in is in a distortion that only Asuu and only the university system knows how they will be able to really put it back. As we speak, there are backlogs, for example, of law school graduates who have finished school, have finished law school, but don't know when they're going to get called to the bar. That never used to be the case. So as much as possible, it's something that as much as possible, the union and the federal government must find a way, a middle ground, to ensure that there's no strike. That's the concern of the average Nigerian.
Yes, I also want to put something right here. You see, one of the reasons Asuu don't like going on strike is that when you come back, you do that same job. I can tell you, there's no university, there's no federal university that is still in arrears of what it ought to do 2 years back.
All right.
All that was left have all been covered up. But that is at the expense and pressure on the academic staff. So we make sure, because you couldn't say, oh, because we are in 8-month strike, the courses that ought to be taught, we no longer teach them. We still go back, teach them. The academic staff is not just like any other staff. It's not just like any other civil servant.
Yeah, but the challenge is, Doctor, the challenge is that sometimes, because that time has been lost and time is not waiting, there are new sessions that are being admitted and all that. What it then means is that what should have been taught within those 8 months is probably crashed into a 2-month or 3-month program, and that's not healthy. You would agree with me?
Yeah, that's why I would say that actually strike is an evil wind that blows no one any good. And governments all over the world do everything to avoid it. Because you discover that by the time strike starts, for instance, and you spend 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and that time you see the government say, okay, let's come to the negotiation table. Why don't we go to that negotiation table now and get that problem solved?
Exactly.
But you see, there's this culture in this country. Every other person will keep quiet as if nothing is happening. Until maybe you come to that last point. And I begin to say, even some Nigerians will say, this is Asuu again. But right now, Asuu have been mobilizing, having press conferences in the last few months. We expect that also the Nigerian public will also, prevail on the government of the day. Say, don't allow this thing to get to that point. We don't want it to get to that point. And what are the issues Asuu is asking for? These things are not what cannot be reached. the implementation or the completion of the renegotiation of the 2009 agreement.
Which has now started in 2017.
Which started in 2017 and assumably has been concluded, but sign the report, implement it. Sustainable funding of the universities. You see, I want to say it here. No nation of the world, study history, no nation of the world has been able to develop beyond the standard of its university system. No nation. In fact, where every nation starts is in their university system. So if we want to move forward, and for any government that has the mind of moving the nation forward, I think it will be that government will move the university system forward. Okay. And the resultant effect is that the nation definitely will move forward. So we are talking of sustainable funding of the universities, so that we'll have these universities the way to, they ought to be. Universities are universal. Let me say something here. There was a time that even come to Nigeria, you see some expatriates, some foreigners as lecturers in Nigeria, even up to the secondary school level. You see, I met some Indian teachers in my secondary school days.
Me too.
But today, you can't talk of getting anybody, even in Africa.
Why is that so?
Because of the pay. Virtually every other country around us pays better than what Nigerian paid. Let me tell you something that may shock you. The Technical Aid Corps, for instance, when the federal government moves Nigerian academics to the neighboring countries to assist, this same government pay them what they don't pay the staff while it's here.
You don't mean that?
And that's the reality. You can find out. You are paying somebody this amount, and when he goes to assist
for a short period,
to a neighboring country where you are playing a big brother, you pay him more.
Maybe because of whatever inconvenience that is envisaged in the process of him moving from a place where he is domiciled normally to a place that is
We have more
foreign.
inconveniences here. Some of them don't handle the number of students we handle per level, per university over there. So the inconveniences are more here. We are saying that charity, they say, starts at home. Now, talk about revitalization. That our universities are in terrible conditions. And the good thing is that the Nigerian government has what it takes to make these universities be like any other university world over. We have the resources. It's just about the political will to make these things work. And it's not like the average chap out there is more intelligent than the Nigerian chap. But despite these weaknesses or these lacks, you still see that the Nigerian academics are still producing products that when they go out there for masters or PhD, you would have had some of them. They are the best in Harvard, they are the best. People did their first degree here. That means the average academic in Nigeria is doing substantial work. It's just that we don't have the motivation. It's just that the motivation is not there. Now we are talking about, outside revitalization, we are talking about even promotion arrears. It will interest you to know that the federal government is holding the promotion arrears of academic staff for more than 4 years. The promotion arrears are there. They say they are paying in batches, but I can tell you for more than 4 years, these promotion arrears are unpaid. You talk about, it's good I run down so that the Nigerian public will understand.
Yes, it's
you
important.
talk about the 25%, 35% wage award over 1 year. We are still saying, pay us this money.
Is that a local situation? Maybe University of Abuja?
No, it's a general thing. From one federal university to the other is the same thing.
Across board, across the nation.
Board.
All right.
In fact, it's so terrible. Let me even tell you, it's so terrible now that some state universities are paying far better than the federal universities.
Do you have that on good authority?
You find out.
Okay, so some state universities
are paying better than what the federal government is paying. And they are ready to pay more.
Do you mind citing any particular?
That's National State University, for instance. You can check.
Just close by here?
Yes, check.
Pays better than some federal universities?
You can cross-check.
All right. It's good to know.
Go to River State. The state university pays more. And they are ready to still pay more.
All right. And these issues definitely don't affect them, these issues that you are pursuing.
No,
because they are states, is that the situation?
No, it affects them. It affects them so much.
Okay.
Just like I told you, university is universal.
Yes, you said so.
I just mentioned one thing. It's not that they have arrived. It's not that all things are okay. They still have so many things that need to be done. The universities are yet to be properly funded.
Now, let me ask, talking about funding, is it not for this same funding problem that TED Fund was set up? Is TED Fund not at least meeting some of the needs? Because I do know that TED Fund was set up as a fallout of one of the longest strikes in this country, if I remember correctly, where universities were on strike for whether 10 or 13 months, I've forgotten. And Abacha, it was, Abi, who now agreed to the demands of lecturers that such a body should be set up and that it should be funded from a percentage of the Nigerian income, and all that.
Yes.
So are you saying that that organ, that agency is not doing anything, or what it's doing is still nothing compared to what is required?
Yeah, thank you very much. I like that you are going that way. Now, the TED Fund is a brainchild of us.
Yes.
We got to that point. The government gave the Nigerian academics a challenge. We cannot fund this thing. Go and find out how it will be done. It was Asuu that designed it. Say, get this percentage from the income of the existing companies. And you know what today? The government seems to be leaving every other funding to TED Fund. TED Fund is actually meant to assist.
Not to carry the entire
Not to leave the whole load on TED Fund. So TED Fund was not really there to take over what government ought to do. But even at that, have the TED Fund been, have the TED Fund been allowed? Because today, let me tell you, if you go to almost all the universities, the projects you will see are TED Fund projects. TED Fund projects. If not for TED Fund, I'm not sure we will see any university standing.
That's some applause there for TED Fund.
But you remember where we are coming from the Education Task Fund to the time it graduated to TED Fund.
Yes.
It was Asu's brainchild.
Yes, I know.
Say, how do we do? And I think that's why I say that this nation has what it takes to fund the universities properly, and it will be like any other university in the world. We have the resources.
Now, the concern that some people have also expressed is that the universities make so much money on their own. So why must it constantly wait for the government to fund it? Why must it wait for subventions from the government when some of the universities we're talking about run farms, run hotels? I know that there's this beautiful lodge in Unilag close to the is it the sea now, by the seaside, and several of them have those kind of things, have sachet water, make bread and all that, and that's aside of the tuition fees and several other fees that they collect. How do we, is it possible Is it possible that these, if put together, can schools run on them without waiting for government subvention?
Let me put it right. Right now, you are talking of school charges.
School charges?
Yes, the school says you pay
businesses.
2,000 naira for identity card, for the production of identity card.
It goes to the identity card.
It goes to the identity card.
Yes.
It's true that when you look at it in bulk, it looks large, but it is used for the services. And I can tell you, even what the government gives to some universities cannot run their diesel for the month. It's that bad. So if not for some of these small income, some of the universities will not be able to run their power.
So how is it going to be sustained? How will the system be sustained the way it's going? Because from what you're saying, the bill is really
it's not beyond the capacity of the federal government. You see, in this nation, anybody can say anything, but you cannot say we don't have the resources. I think he's putting our priorities right. You can't say we don't have the resources. Some of the nations, even in Africa, today we are not the best when it comes to university education, even though we are claiming to be the giant of Africa. So with the resources we have and putting our priorities right, we can have a university that will compete with any other university in the world with the resources we have, and the government will still be running very well. It's the issue of putting our priorities right. What are the things we want? Where do we want to be in the next 10 years? Where do we want to be in the next 20 years? Knowing fully well that there's nowhere we can be in the next 20 years if we're not carrying our university along.
All right. Now, looking at, the picture that you have painted, it's really a serious situation. And one would... You want to look at what the government just recently did and give your stand as a union. Are you agreeable to the federal government's stance on the establishment of new universities that was just there should be a 7-year holiday on establishment of new universities?
Well, Asuu actually have been on this matter for a long time. It's not about establishing new universities.
Oh, so that's the stand of Asuu too?
Yeah, Asuu says don't establish more universities when the ones that are established are not being properly funded. What will it benefit the nation and the Nigerian public? You are starting up universities, establishing more universities. The ones you have established, you are not funding them properly. Somebody would have thought that let's fund what we have. Let's allow them come to their full potential. I'm so sure they will take care of the educational needs of Nigerians. But if you do it, they are not properly funded. You discover that actually you have not helped the system. Rather, you may have created more problems.
All right. So,
and university cannot be constituency projects. It cannot be a constituency project. Universities are not meant to be constituency projects.
That you find everywhere.
That you find everywhere, no. No. It's not meant to be constituency projects. In my constituency, I will bring one university. University is not meant to be so.
All right. I've been talking with Dr. Silvanus Ugo, who is the chairman of the University of Abuja chapter of Asuu. And we're not through yet, but I just want you to sit back, relax, and maybe take some water, and in a jiffy we'll be right back. We'll go on this break and be right back almost immediately.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at Captain TV. Hello there, I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm Birkatim Baba today.
I am Kirian.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at Kaftan Television, we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At Kaftan TV, broadcasting is not just about information.
Welcome back, viewers. As we go on the last lap of this first segment of the show today, I like to remind you that I've been talking with Dr. Silvanus Ugo, the chairman of the Asuu, the University of Abuja chapter. Doctor, now let's take a look at some of these other. I mean, we must be creative about finding a solution to this quagmire. It's lasting too long. How is it that a 2009 agreement has refused to I mean, by now should the ghost of that should be laid to rest permanently. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's not what we find. So, is it not possible to creatively fund the university from within? Is it not possible for industries to grow out of the university? Is it not possible for, I mean, the research results, the inventions from universities becoming products that make so much money that the universities don't even have to depend on the federal government?
Yeah, very interesting. Now let me use an illustration. A businessman establishes a company. I say, this company should be able to do this and do that. You must do the initial input. It's when you would have done all the input and the company becomes successful, it can now sustain itself. No business person on getting the premises, okay, this business, you can now sustain yourself. It's not done. Well, we are even saying that if we fund our universities, get them to the point they ought to be, we will even get foreign exchange by getting foreign students. There was a time in this country, students from Benin Republic come to Nigeria.
But that has reversed now.
That has reversed.
What we now have is Nigerian students going to Ghana.
So
going to
that would have given us even foreign exchange. Because we have the brain. And I'm talking about the funding. See, if we put the right things in place, and the government, even in those nations, government, there are things they move to the university. Something happened in this country not too long ago. Let me remember. The IPPIS, for instance.
Right.
The government have no business contracting IPPIS outside this country. The university, the UTAS, the academic staff designed at no cost will serve whatever the IPPIS will serve. Some of those things, let the government challenge the academic staff. Earlier you mentioned TED Fund. It was one of those challenges. We have this problem. The universities give us solution. If the universities fail to provide a solution, that's when we'll talk. But the government, maybe there are things we don't understand.
All right, you are here representing the universities right now. What is the solution to this situation we find ourselves? Because Nigerians don't want a strike. Nigerians, what can be done to prevent, to avert a strike?
Sincerity on the part of the government.
How will that be demonstrated?
Now, when you come to collective bargaining, the principle of collective bargaining is very important. Nigeria is a signatory to ILO. And now in the principle of collective bargaining, the employer and the employee, they sit and say, this is what we do, this is what we do, this is what we do, and we sign. And you don't renege. But the problem we have here is that in almost all, there have been several MOUs and MOAs. Memorandum of Understanding, Memorandum of Action. Shortly you sign them, it ends there. That's why I say sincerity on the part of the government. The government needs to be sincere in its dealings with the academics.
All right, your rally has been going on for some days now. Now, how much time do we have before you begin to talk about the strike? How much time does government have to get with you and settle issues?
Today is better. Tomorrow is better. As for me, I wouldn't know when that will be. But as we are doing our protest rally, after that, the union will gather to review the way forward. But I don't think the government needs to wait till we get to that point.
Exactly.
So that's why I say today is better.
Exactly. So, but for now, government has not reached out. Who's supposed to reach out to the other?
Of course, it's the government. Asuu is ever willing to appear anytime.
Okay, based on the protest rallies, they are supposed to reach out now, right?
Yes.
And they have not done that.
We are not aware of any. I'm not aware of any such.
And if it continues, then we are heading towards a strike.
Well, we wouldn't. You see what Asuu does? Asuu has his procedure. By the time we are done with the protests, the National Executive Council of the Union will still come together and review the situation and find a way forward.
But let me ask you, because it looks as if this is going to be a never-ending situation, the way it is. Now, what we're looking at to be signed was concluded in
February. In fact, it was submitted in February 2025.
February 2025.
Yes.
And it has to do with 2017. Or does it capture up to 2025?
No, what the agreement is that whatever has happened, they have come to an understanding.
Okay, good.
Implement what has earlier been agreed through collective bargaining.
All right.
It was not a proposal from us.
Okay.
It was an agreement. It was an understanding reached between both parties. So it's for the government to implement it.
Once this is implemented, are we going to no longer hear about 2009, whatever?
No, if once it's implemented, it becomes the agreement of the year it was implemented.
Then we will have no business with 2009.
We will have no business with 2009.
The reference
maybe
point
say
will
2025.
Okay.
And the government implements it to the full. I think that will solve over 99% of these issues.
Well, I've been speaking with Dr. Silvanus Ugo of the University of Abuja. He's the chairman of the union there. And I must say thank you for coming. And as much as possible, Nigerians are counting on you and your colleagues to make sure that there is no strike as much as possible. But we also use this opportunity to call on the federal government to play their part. Because like he has said, the point at which the agreement was supposed to be approved, I mean,
signed and implemented is where there seemed to be a challenge, and that's why they are aggrieved. And I think that these people deserve, if indeed we're interested in curbing the jackpot syndrome, if indeed we're interested in having quality education at the tertiary level, if indeed we're interested in ensuring that the productive energies of our Nigerian youth are properly channeled, properly harnessed, then we must do something. The federal government must please come to the aid of parents to ensure that children can, graduate within the proper timelines. We don't want situations where people, for a 4-year program, they are still in school 7 years after. That's the situation in many cases. Yeah, I also want you to emphasize, we talked about the more than 4 years promotion arrears being owed to lecturers. We're talking of 1 year arrears of the 25%, 35% not being paid.
All those are outside of the agreement.
No, it's not in the agreement. You're not putting agreement promotion arrears.
It's true.
These ones are what the government can do. They are not within the agreement.
They can even do
yes, these are things they are owing. And now there's one other thing, the victimization of our colleagues. In the Lagos State University, the Prince Abubakar University, formerly Kogi State University, and Federal University of Technology, Owerri, our members are being victimized. These are part of the issues. These are the issues the union is raising. Pay us these ones, pay us the arrears. Imagine what is, you see, an academic staff go through serious stress to get himself promoted. We are the only one that do things that will help us to be promoted. And so after attending that promo, you have to publish, you have to attend conferences within and outside the nation with your mega salary. And when you have been able to gather that and you are promoted, and they will live implementing that for years.
I see your point, Doctor, but we've got to go. We've got to go. I believe that those who need to hear this are listening. Agencies of the government are watching, and I do believe that something positive will come of this. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming.
Thank you very much, Dayo.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure.
It's been Dr. Silvanus Ogo of the University of Abuja, and after this break, I do hope that the other guest is around, and then we'll be talking about the train derailment after Dr. Ogo is gone. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
And we do hope that from time to time we can always reach out to you.
Yes, we'll always be available.
All right.
Thank you very much. It's nice speaking to you, and thank you, viewers.
Right. So we'll take a break and get back for the concluding segment.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television, we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Take a look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
While wrapping up the day, unwind with the reminiscence of the day's news from home and abroad with KAFTAN TV 7 p.m. News.
Good to have you join us on KAFTAN News at 7.
Nigerians are living in up to 5%. Our young people repurpose the Harmony Symphony.
It's good to have you join us on KAFTAN TV News at 7.
We found that the 10 naira card is not actually sufficient.
National, foreign news headlines. Get balanced, accurate facts on the latest news in business, politics, entertainment, sports, and more. Live from our studios.
Many thanks for watching. Join us again at 9
KAFTAN TV News.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there. I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm DTAH Baba today.
I am Period.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there. I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has been the news. Many thanks for watching. My name is Fatima Abbas Hassan. I'm DTAH Baba today.
I am Period.
The politics of Lagos State is still very much in the hands of the leaders.
My name is Dayo Omogun. I've not done a change of name.
To Adebayo Film and Theatre Arts Network.
We always dish out beautiful materials.
Imagine a beautiful world. That's our slogan at KAFTAN TV. Hello there. I am Ruben Okala.
Hello, I'm glad to have you join us again on the News on the Hour, reaching you live from our studio in the nation's capital.
And that has
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television, we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
It's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome back, dear viewers. In the concluding segment, we'll just talk about, very briefly, the issue of the train derailment of yesterday. And that was a very, very sad one. And I do want to also invite those people who want to call in at this time. You probably want to talk about the first topic we talked about, that is the impending strike by the Asuu. And you also can come into this new one that we're about to talk about. Yesterday, reports came in saying that a train that was bound, Kaduna bound, ABUJA-KADUNA bound, derailed. And that sent some shivers around town because it was thought that that could have resulted in a whole lot of losses, including loss of lives. But thankfully, thanks to God, or thanks to Providence, that was not the case. No life was lost from the reports that we got. But it was bad enough, it was scary enough, and this is something, as much as possible, that should be prevented, that should be averted the next time. And, you know, the issues that quickly come up are, what are the possible causes of this? And the company in charge of the rail system in Nigeria, one would have expected, would have fed us with what really happened. But I do not think that I don't know whether that is in the public domain right now, but I've not heard any such thing from the proper source, from the company. But we do know that some of the things that could possibly result in that is where situations where some of the rail lines, the, how do you say it now, the rail, those iron rods are removed. We have a challenge with how Nigerians relate with public utilities, with how Nigerians, for example, in town, right here in the FCT, you have a lot of cases of manhole covers that have been removed. I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, I almost fell victim, I almost fell into one of them in Wuse 2 here, in Adekumba, and it was a little bit covered. I was coming down from a taxi and one of my legs was right there inside this thing. Only one leg was outside. Only God helped me. And several cases of people who have been lost that way have been reported. People who just fall in there and that's it. So I think that it is this same attitude in many cases that is leading us to the kind of situation that we find ourselves. That's one. It's possible also that there's no proper maintenance of the facilities. This is also a challenge in the Nigerian system. We have a poor maintenance culture, and that could also be what led to the situation we found ourselves in. It could also be carelessness from the operators, the drivers, or whatever. It could be speed. It could be a whole lot of things. But whatever it is, I do hope that some lesson would have been learned from this, and that the government, through that agency, would do the needful and ensure that this does not happen. The possibility, one very terrible possibility, is that this could have happened in the forest, and that would have exposed them to attacks from all kinds of terrible people. Imagine if that had happened somewhere where it's, far from town, not where it happened yesterday. And you have people who are on the prowl, looking for people to steal from, people to harm, and all that and all that. So it's something, as much as possible, that we must do something about as urgently as possible. I do hope that government is taking this as seriously as is possible, because the rail system should be one place that is a comfort zone for the poor, the masses. It should be affordable, it should be safe, it should be secure. And so if you begin to find a situation where the masses cannot also use the rail system, then there's a big challenge. Because one train will take so many people at once. But if people begin to lose confidence in that system of transport, then there's a serious challenge. I do hope that government will rise up to this challenge to correct whatever is the situation, and to ensure that people do not lose confidence in that system of transport. This is very crucial. I invite you, in the last few minutes that's remaining on this program, to be a part as we rub minds together. And the number is 080299 38365. Just for a few minutes, if you're out there and you think you want to contribute to this or the previous one, please call in now. The number is on the screen. Let's have let's rub minds together on what to do to ensure that this does not repeat itself, and what should government be doing to ensure, to stave off the strike that Asuu has talked about. First caller is here. Hello?
Hello?
You're welcome to the Polity.
My name is Shamsuddin. I'm calling from Akko Estate, Abuja.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I think our major problem in Nigeria is maintenance. We don't have the maintenance culture, and this maintenance culture problem is going to affect us in all aspects of our country. Just like this train issue that happened now, you notice that major, like I said, the major problem is maintenance. If they are putting their maintenance in check always, this issue could have been avoided. And if passengers will lose confidence in the railway system now that it is just starting, because you cannot say it's up to 5 years, and we are already having issues like this. I wonder in the future how passengers will be comfortable to go by train. So I hope the government will look into it as soon as possible and try and improve so that they will have more passengers will have more confidence.
Thank you very much, Shamsuddin. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. So that's Shamsuddin emphasizing the need for proper maintenance culture. And I think I agree with him entirely because this is a problem even across several sectors in the Nigerian system. And so we need to wake up in that area. This has to do with lives and property and a whole system that helps in the conveyance of people and goods across the nation. And so it's important that we do all that we can to ensure safety and security in that system. Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you. The issue of accident is very serious. The first issue is to get your name and your location, and as much as possible to move away from your device. Yes. I'm Samuel. Sorry, I'm Samuel calling from Taraba State.
Great. Go ahead now.
Yeah, this is a big issue, and if there's anything happening like this, in fact, it shows the level of plasticity by the organization. In fact, I used to believe, I'm calling from a very strange area. I just read this piece of book. Taraba said, you don't know, we don't have anything like that to say I have experience
okay.
about it. But I believe that an issue who is kept maintain certain level of the right, and that anything happening within that, he or she should be held responsible. And for this rare, any officer that is in charge of that area should be severely punished, because that this is a national disgrace, and it has frightened and possibly led people not to have confidence in traveling by rail. Because I believe that traveling by rail is one of the most confident means of transport that people always like it, because it avoids a lot of accidents. But when things are carelessly done like this, it's not good. There should be in terms of that area where this thing happens, and it should be brought to book. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I guess we'll need to begin to draw the curtains at this point. Thank you, both of you who were able to call through. Thank you so very much. And we do hope that you continue to stay tuned to KAFTAN Television. And by the way, let me invite you to join me on the program Matters Arising this evening from 8 to 9, where we take a look at another trending topic. And it will be a sizzling time, I promise you. So please do join us at that time. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Dayo Mogo, and it's bye for now from me right now. Tomorrow's another day. Join us on the Polity tomorrow. Bye-bye.